Grandma and Grandpa Eliason were married in Norway in 1900, and in probably 1902 or whatever, Hageman was born, and in 1905 Jenny was born. And then when Jenny was a toddler, about 2, they, first Grandpa came to Fort Ransom, and his sponsor paid his way over there, and he worked for a year to pay off that. And then Grandma and Hageman and Jenny came. There was a man, when Jenny went back to Norway several years ago, she met the man that carried her over the mountains down to where they caught the boat. And then they took the boat to Ellis Island, and from Ellis Island they went overland to North Dakota. And so Grandpa had to work another year or whatever to pay off their fare. And Pete then was born in Kidville, which is right out. Kidville is the telephone exchange for Fort Ransom, or it was for many, many years. These little old ladies ran a telephone exchange. And that's where Pete was born. And then they went to South Dakota and homesteaded out in Harding County. And Viola and Donald and Donald's twin brother who died, and Esther and James were all born out in this homestead. And that's got to be like 10 years, because there's 8 years difference between Viola, between Viola and Jim. And Jim was 2 years old. So they were there at least 10 years. So Jim was 2 years old before they went back to Fort Ransom. And Gilbert was born in Fort Ransom then, shortly after they got back there. And they must have looked like the wagon train people with a covered wagon, and the cow was tied behind the wagon. And so they came back. There's one of the men in Fort Ransom remembered them coming back with the cow.
Oh. Huh.
But that's what I know about it. That's the chronology of it. Your dad probably knows more. If you'd want more, you need to talk to Auntie Jen, because she was there. She was there when all the babies were born. She probably didn't do too much taking care of baby. Well, yes, she must have, because she said she remembered taking care of Donald and Joseph, and how hard it was when Joseph died. He was 6 months old, or 7, April to November. And she told about Grandma and Grandpa. It took a long time to go to town and back, so they would take the wagon and hitch up and go to town in the morning and come back. And Grandpa had dug post holes, and he was going to put up a fence. So about the time that Jenny knew they were going to come back, she took all the little kids, and she took stove blacking and blackened their faces and put one in each post hole. She thought it was cute, and she thought Grandma would think it was cute. Well, Grandma didn't think it was cute. These babies with all this stove blacking, you'd have to clean them up and wash their clothes. Grandma didn't think it was cute, but Jenny did. She must have been, 12, 10. If James was there too, she was 12, because she was 12 before he was born. Anyway. There. That's all I know.
That's it? That's the whole thing?
No, I'm sure there's more, but I don't know it all. I only like to pretend I do.